Dayton, Ohio is home to many entrepreneurs and innovative thinkers who have changed the way people around the world go about their daily lives. Each of their successes began with a single idea, one that was fostered over time to become something great. Innovative thinkers are still alive and well in the Miami Valley, heading up the small businesses you visit on a regular basis. Small businesses represent economic prosperity in America, and the success of small business is important to the community as a whole. More than half the private workforce is employed by small businesses. In order for our economy to survive, small businesses must be a part of the solution. But who is helping the individual entrepreneurs stay afloat in trying times? SCORE is a nationwide network of over 10,000 volunteers working through almost 400 local chapters who provide free and confidential advice and counseling to small businesses. The Dayton chapter of SCORE has been in continuous operation since 1971, serving over 5,000 clients throughout the years.
Well, I've been a member of SCORE for, I don't know, maybe about 9 years now, maybe 10. And I was invited to join by a former colleague who worked with me at NCR. And having worked with NCR for 37 years, I thought I could bring some assets to the SCORE chapter. There were people there from all different types of industry, professions. I mean, there were professional people, there was CPA, there was an attorney. There were people who had come out of an engineering background. To me, it was just wonderful that all these people were contributing to give advice and counseling to small businesses.
Sew and Style is a sewing school in Beaver Creek. I've always sewn, and I've always loved to teach sewing, and I just really enjoyed it and wanted to do more, so I started working for a fabric store. Realized they weren't really catering to the kids, so I decided to branch out on my own, and this is what happened. I found out about SCORE through the internet. When I decided to start my business, we decided that we better figure out how to start a business, my husband and I. So we found one of their workshops online, and I went to that to start, and it was actually a terrific introduction to SCORE and got me really started. I was amazed to find an organization like that was so helpful and free of charge.
I think the goal is just to help small businesses succeed, and also to make sure that any person who is contemplating going into a business gets off on the right footing. So many small businesses have an idea. We really want them to think, well, what is my product? How much is it going to cost to make or provide? Who are my customers going to be? And how do I get the customers? You know, before you want someone to invest their life savings into a business venture, it's rather that they do some homework first. It's just a matter of making sure that prospective entrepreneurs know the risks that they're taking.
SCORE provides information to prospective business owners in several ways, through classes and workshops offered in public libraries, and through personal counseling, either one-on-one or through email.
We have 3 basic classes that we do through the public library systems, and each class is a 2-hour class. And it's kind of a workshop presentation. The first one is what we call Business Startup Basics. And that talks about how to develop the business idea. And we talk a little bit about the finances of a business, the P&L and the balance sheet, etc. And a little bit about marketing and a little bit about writing a business plan. Then we have another workshop which is in fact writing a business plan for a small business. So you have 2 hours dedicated to how to write a business plan. And there's another presentation which is how to write a marketing plan. That's the basic foundation, Business Startup Basics, how to write a marketing plan, how to write a business plan.
To find out more information about SCORE classes, visit DaytonScore.org. In addition to workshops, SCORE offers many resources to prospective entrepreneurs as part of their one-on-one mentoring program.
We have a tremendous amount of resources in the SCORE office, so that when someone says, have you written a business plan? And there's a blank stare saying, well, I'm not sure what a business plan is. Well, we can give them a template of maybe 5 or 6 pages. Now, we don't write it for them. We give them the outline, we tell them what needs to be covered, but we will review it for them so they can bring the business plan to us, and we will critique it and give comments and suggestions of how it can be improved. And of course, for the businesses already in operation, we are always prepared to visit the premises, examine the situation that has prompted them to come to SCORE. It can be an ongoing process. I've been working with some clients for as long as 2 years plus.
To work with, SCORE was excellent. They asked me what I needed help in and then directed me to the right person who would help me in that area. So I went to Tony to help me find the building. I went to somebody else for the marketing plan. I went to somebody else for the business plan. And each time I developed a relationship with the individual. My business has grown from probably 6 students to start with. I now have over 300. If it weren't for SCORE, I think I would be floundering. I don't think I would have been successful at all. They were behind me 100% starting, and they're still there now.
Well, when you get into your own business, it's not a 9-to-5 job. Your family has to be prepared for this. You're giving up your 9-to-5 job, and you're going to be working 6.5 days a week from 7 in the morning till 8 or 9 at night, many days. So it is a consideration, and you have to talk that situation over with your spouse. Businesses don't happen just by magic. You have to work at it, and you get a lot of satisfaction when you actually work at it and get good results.
If you feel you can help entrepreneurs succeed, SCORE always welcomes new volunteers.
Like any volunteer organization, we do have a turnover. People get old and retire even from SCORE. We like to bring in new blood, and not only would we like to see more new members, but also more members who are still in their professions, who are willing to devote not a lot of time. When we join SCORE, we commit to 100 hours service a year, I think, which is only 8 hours a month, which is not a lot. We also need a greater diversity in our chapter. We do not have enough women. We do not have enough people from the African American community. We need more Hispanics in our chapter, because that's who our clients are nowadays. Our clients are much more diverse. We can no longer assume that someone who's going to start a small business is a white male.
Just as SCORE's clients are diverse, so is the organization's involvement in the community. SCORE is a nonprofit group that collaborates with various chambers of commerce, libraries, small business development centers, and economic development associations, all within the greater Dayton area.
We are a volunteer organization, and we are sponsored by the Small Business Administration. We do get a small stipend from the National SCORE organization, and we actively do get contributions from local businesses, local foundations, because they realize that we are offering a very valuable service to the business community. And we get referrals from these organizations. For example, a number of banks help us out financially, because they will get prospective businesses going to them to obtain a loan to start a business, and they realize the client is very ill prepared, so they send us along to SCORE. So they then get a much better educated and prepared client coming to them for a loan. So they realize the value that SCORE brings to the small business community.
If you are interested in finding out more about the Dayton chapter of SCORE, whether you are a potential client, volunteer, or sponsor, SCORE would love to hear from you. Call, click, or visit SCORE in person to find out more.